The Moai. Practically everyone has seen the iconic images of the Easter Island heads. What you may not have known is that those Easter Island heads actually have a hidden buried body. Archaeologists have uncovered the bodies associated with the heads and found interesting discoveries that further our knowledge of the Easter Island civilization and how they created these monoliths. The Easter Island heads, these giant heads, are known as the Moai by the Rapa Nui people, who allegedly carved the figures in the tropical South Pacific on an island directly west of Chile. The Moai monoliths were carved from stone found on the island and are said to be between 1100 and 1500 years old. Now that is what's commonly accepted by most scientists and archaeologists. But what if there's more to it? Let's take a look at this new reality we live in. Let's see what alternate history says about the Moai. Under fair use as it's a parody. If you don't have a sense of humor, go. Welcome. Is this my reality? Is this your reality? The Nephilim. The Nephilim are mysterious beings or people in the Hebrew Bible who are described as being large and strong. The Hebrew word Nephilim is sometimes translated as giants and sometimes taken to mean the fallen ones. Their origins are disputed. Some view them as offsprings of fallen angels and humans. Others view them as offsprings of the descendants of Seth and Cain. Scholars have long debated whether the Anunnaki in the Epic of Gilgamesh is the same beings or entities as the Nephilim of Genesis 6. Who are the Anunnaki and why should we care? Well, the short answer is the Anunnaki are, quote, those of royal blood, and they are believed to be immortal gods that inhabited Earth during the ancient Sumerian time in Mesopotamia. Anunnaki literally means those who from heaven came down to Earth. The Sumerians appear on the archaeological record beginning around 4500 BC. Please support the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell. Otherwise, the Smithsonian might dump all evidence of us into the ocean. Lemuria and the Lemurian Giants. Now, the concept of Lemuria was developed in detail by James Churchward, who referred to it as Mu, M-U, and identified it as a lost continent in the Pacific Ocean. Churchward had appropriated this name from Augustus Lee Pelagion, hope I pronounced that right, who also used the concept of the land of Mu to refer to the legendary lost continent of, yes, Atlantis. Let's take this with a small grain of salt, but this is what it says. The existence of Lemurian giants, the Nephilim, is right in plain sight for those who have eyes to see. Remnants of the oldest civilizations, as well as the oldest statues in the world, can be found on Easter Island. It's been known for a long time, 1888, who built the statues, but true history isn't taught in public education, and everyone is being deliberately dumbed down. You might have a little bit of a point there. They also say that mainstream archaeologists and paleontologists, not being educated to the existence of Atlantis as well as Lemuria, that they think that the statues, the Moai on Easter Island, were carved by 5 or 6 foot tall Polynesian people in images totally unlike themselves, and they represent the spirits of ancestors, chiefs, or other high-ranking males, which they think is nonsensical and very illogical. But it's due to not being educated to the reality of the existence of Lemuria and Atlantis. Circular logic, but okay. This theory believes the Rapa Nui people who settled the island between 300 and 1200, of course, aren't related to the statue builders. They think the statues were carved in the same size and expressionist likeness as the Atlanteans, the Nephilim, or the giants, who had migrated over to Easter Island after the majority of Mu had sank. It's said that the island covered a larger area at the time, and the mountain was higher above sea level. The island subsequently sank, and the Atlanteans all drowned. That doesn't make any sense anyway, which is why there are unfinished statues still in the quarry, but smaller portion of the island re-emerged, which is all we can see today, and remnants of the Atlantean civilization can be found further out in the surrounding ocean. Based on their likeness and their height, the statues are said to be representative of the 4th and 5th subraces of Atlantis and Lemuria, and that they were levitated, floated around, and put into place using power that overcomes gravity, just like the building of the Great Pyramid at Giza that was built by the Atlantean priest Thoth. All right, let's follow this one. Who is Thoth? Thoth. Thoth was an Egyptian god of writing, wisdom, and magic. He was associated with order and justice and was an advisor and mediator to the gods. Patron of the scribes, his female counterpart was Seshat, goddess of the writing and keeping of books. Thoth created language, and Seshat gave his word to the people. Thoth is said to be the son of the Anunnaki, Enki, and Anu. Is this where the giants came from? Set, Thoth, Hermes are all one and the same. They were descendants of the Atlanteans. That's what it says in The Secret Doctrine, the synthesis of science, religion, and philosophy, a pseudoscientific esoteric book originally published in 2 volumes, written by Helena Blavatsky. Really strange woman. I suggest you look into her. The following extract is from page 224 of The Secret Doctrine, volume 2. This is where Easter Island comes in. In its proper place, we will show modern science fully corroborating the above and the traditions of the Secret Doctrine with regard to the 2 lost continents, Atlantis and Lemuria. The Easter Island relics are, for instance, the most astounding and eloquent memorials of the primeval giants. They are as grand as they are mysterious, and one has to but examine the heads of the colossal statues that have remained unbroken on that island to recognize in them at a glance the features of the type and character attributed to the 4th race of giants. All right. The question I want to ask is, why did these islanders consume so much time to painstakingly carve and erect so many of these moai? Are the Easter Island moai statues inspired by aliens or the Nephilim giants? Nobody knows what the statues are supposed to be. Perhaps they do represent ancestors, powerful kings or priests. It could even be God or gods. We're never going to know for certain. Are the moai idols to the giants, the fallen angels, and the Nephilim, or these so-called aliens, whatever you want to call these entities? Look, the greatest testimonies that these giants did exist are the structures that the giants themselves built going back as far as 20,000 years. Giants lived and existed in South and Central America, Russia, China, all over the Pacific Islands, including Easter Island, and in the Americas. We have this evidence as more are unearthed with the passage of time. And to be honest, most of it's been hidden. Go look into that. We'll do a video about that. According to the Theosophists, giants were the 3rd root race who lived on the continent of Lemuria, or Mu. Theosophists also link the giants to the Atlantean race. This theory might be onto something here, or they could just be batshit crazy. So what are we left with? A whole bunch of questions. Like, were the giant moai statues that were found on Easter Island, were they carved by the local people? And for whom did they carve them? Was it for their own, or was it in tribute to the giants that once roamed that land? Were they Anunnaki? Nephilim? Did the giants themselves take part in the construction of the moai? Was there a lost technology used to move these large stones? Or, like everybody seems to think, was this all by the hands of regular humans, maybe to scare off invaders or pirates, making it seem as if the giants still roam that land? Not sure we're ever going to know in this reality. What say you? Leave a comment down below. Let's get the fuck out of here before that weird haired guy from Ancient Aliens shows up. That guy creeps me out.